Hello YouTube and welcome back to Let's Play Bloons Monkey City. Let's see, I haven't played in a while, and again I apologize for how infrequently I play this game. But alright, let's see how everything's doing. Alright, just refreshing my memory on what I'm doing. Alright, so, alright, let's move along and I'll see what exactly I need once I actually start playing a couple rounds. Alright, this stage, okay good, it's factory, get that going. And I don't think I have Glaive Ricochet yet, which is kind of lame because Glaive Ricochet is really awesome. But again, I guess I don't have it yet. I don't even know. I probably don't. I think I needed level 11. I think I don't remember. But this factory is a really good starting tower because especially right in the beginning, if you have a good boomerang thrower or really almost any of the other towers, as long as you have a good one, maybe two going. This factory would be a great safety net to just help out in that way. And oh yeah, I do have an upgrade, the bigger stacks. That's nice, but I'm just gonna start off working on my boomerang thrower just to be sure. I'm pretty sure I don't have Glaive Ricochet, but just making sure. And of course, the regrow balloons are always a little bit of trouble or a bit of a bother on this level. Just because if you place all your towers right here, then they have this long stretch of land where they can just regrow and be fine. So that's always kind of lame, but yeah, it's not that bad because there's obviously not that many regrow balloons, and they're not that high a tier of a balloon, so it's not that big a deal. But if you do worry about that, you can always place some more towers a little bit more spread out over here on this side and increase the range of your dart monkeys to help them pop more balloons from a wider angle, I guess, or a farther distance. But they're not that necessary because this is still some of the earlier rounds. You could probably reach this point in, I don't know, maybe under an hour, maybe under 2. So this is still really the beginning of the game. I haven't even gotten that far in this Let's Play, partly because the city got wiped so many times. But again, I don't actually work at Ninja Kiwi or anything, but I'm assuming that once the game actually does come out and is free to play in public and all that, they won't be wiping the city every other week and all that. So again, just if that's a problem for any of you, don't worry about it. And if they do start wiping the city like every other week, then that, I don't know, that'd just be ridiculous, and we should all write angry letters and ask why they're doing that and all that. But anyways, I'm sure they're not going to do that. So yeah, this track is still, like I said in the beginning, and pretty easy. No real need of strong strategies, just because the boomerang monkey is pretty good on its own, just piercing through large clumps and long streams. Decent attack rate, and the arc is helpful in these certain areas where the path kind of turns, and the dart monkeys are nice little support just to kind of keep some of the regrow a little bit lower. And this factory is a nice little safety net, so all this team in general is a pretty good combo, I guess. The Ninja Monkey is also pretty good, but I obviously don't have very many upgrades for it. I think just this one, yeah. So it's not that great. It's kind of like a decent substitute for the Dart Monkey at this point when you don't have many upgrades for it, because it does pretty much the same thing. Alright, so huzzah, Poptastic and all that. Let's see, I've got 2,000, so, oh wow, I just need more money, but that's a lot more money. Can I upgrade my bank? I cannot. I'm going to need a lot more money, so I'm not going to be able to get that anytime soon. Let's actually upgrade this factory first, with faster production, and I still got some leftover money, so I'll get the sharp shurikens. Alright. I could probably still buy some other stuff if I spent my money on it, but let's just go right ahead into the next level, into the desert, and we'll see what kind of, ooh, this track, I don't like this track, man, I can't use factories, I just, yeah, I guess I'll use, boomerang thrower. Still, this track I've only played on like once or twice, and it was on a harder difficulty, like a higher tiered level balloon thing, so, alright, attack shooters are probably a good idea here because of those corners, but I just wanted to use the boomerang throwers because they have a green check mark, which means that in the desert they cost less, so that's always nice. And again, I'm going to use the tank shooters just because of those corners where they can really get a lot of track within their range. But obviously I kind of placed that boomerang thrower, or these two boomerang throwers, where I should have put a tank shooter, but yeah, that'll be fine. I don't think this level is going to be that difficult, so tower placement isn't quite as essential as it usually is. Plus, I don't really have very many upgrades, like at all. I don't have any upgrades for the tank shooter, which I probably should get because they are useful in some areas. But of course, right now I'm trying to focus on boomerang throwers, but it's going to take a while for me to get the glaive ricochet on the boomerang throwers just because of how much money I need and how much money I need to get the amount of money I need, if that made sense. Just because you get, yeah, I'll just leave that one. But you get more max money that you can carry by using the monkey banks, or just banks. I don't know what they're called. I don't remember. But so you get more max money by, or max cash. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. What the exact term would be for that. But you can only hold so much money in your banks, so you have to build more in order to get the more expensive items. But obviously it costs 7,000 in order to upgrade one of the banks, so I need to just build more banks in order to get that much money, until I can get my max cash limit above 7,000, and then I would just recommend saving up for that extra amount. And I almost lost a life right there a couple seconds ago, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure the boomerang thrower got it, but anyways, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I should probably upgrade these boomerang throwers so that they can pierce through those large clumps, even though the bomb shooters are pretty good. Bomb shooter? Is that really what they called it? Like, it's not that bad, but just, I was thinking bomb tower, or cannon tower, or cannon ball shooter, or bomb shooter. I guess that works, because it's a cannon that shoots bombs, not quite cannonballs, so I guess that works. Anyways, huzzah! Great job, captured desert tile. So actually go to upgrades, and should I upgrade them? Nah, I'll leave them be. But let's see what else, because I've got 800, so resource building. Oh look, I can build another bank. Why didn't I do that earlier? I don't know, but on to another desert area, and it's the same track, so yeah, I'll just skip over this one. Alright, so I actually lost a couple lives on that one, just because I placed my towers in a slightly different position. That didn't give me great coverage, I guess. So here, I guess, yeah, I will stick with boomerang throwers, just because, obviously, I still like them. But I'm going to go also with some dart monkeys rather than some tank shooters. So I don't think the tank shooters helped me very much on that last one that I didn't record. I mean, I did technically record it, but I skipped over it just because you've already seen that track. So now here, this is a really good place to use a glaive ricochet factory combo. Except you can't use factories, so that's kind of lame. The factories I usually use just for the, well, first of course as a safety net, but then also just for the camo detection, because the boomerang throwers can't really detect camo unless you upgrade them all the way to Glaive Lord, and that's really expensive. So it's really unlikely that you can just reliably depend on using a Glaive Lord for the camo detection. So other than that, you could use a mortar if you're, leveled up enough, or you just chose to use mortar. Because the mortars are able to uncamouflage the balloons, but of course that will take more city rank level and a lot of money and time and all that. So for these beginning stages, basically just spamming a bunch of boomerang throwers and dart monkeys and ninjas. That's generally your best. They're your best bet. Ninja monkeys are also very good against camo detection because they already have camo detection and they don't need any upgrades to detect camo. So that leaves all their other upgrades open to help them be more awesome, because ninja monkeys are pretty awesome, especially with their distraction ability. Before Bloons Monkey City, when I was just playing Bloons Stardance 5, when the ninja monkeys were first introduced and all that, I was really, for some reason I was going to say I was really impressed, but I wasn't impressed. I was like unimpressed with their distraction ability, just because at a first glance it didn't really seem that powerful. Just because it was saying that, some balloons hit may go back towards the beginning of the track, and I thought, well, if I'm going to be hitting the balloons, I should be popping them and getting rid of them, so it doesn't really matter where they are if I'm just destroying them. But then I realized that when you have Bloon Jitsu, which is 5 shuriken shooting out and popping through 4 different balloons, then that's 20 layers of balloons. If you have like 20 ceramic balloons, that's not really going to get destroyed very quickly. So having that distraction ability helps bring the balloons back towards the beginning of the track to help you have more time to fight against those balloons, which is very useful. Much more useful than I thought it was. And now I'm just kind of throwing in the sniper just for the fun of it, although that was apparently not a good idea. Apparently I should have built a bomb tower to help out with that large stream of clumpy balloonness, and that sounded awkward, but I guess at that point I probably should have used a bomb tower instead of a sniper tower, because the snipers are really like the opposite of bomb towers. Not really, but just their what do you call that? Their priority or strengths are kind of opposite. But anyways, let's see. I've got that one's factory, 2 Dartling gun caches or cache, however you would say that. Let's. No, I have to wait till level 11. That's why. I was going to build another one just so I could have 3, but nope. Let's see. Mortars. I guess I should get a mortar or 2, because they are pretty useful. And that means that I should also get the upgrade building for them. And oh, I don't have enough money. Okay, that's fine. But more desert stages. And is it going to be... Nope. Technically, I have seen this one already. In like the last episode or one of the last 2, but yeah, I guess I'll show it since I'm already, here showing it. But let's see, use some dart monkeys, and I'm not upgrading any of these like I did last time, just because, or like last time, I'm not upgrading any of these, just because obviously just spamming a bunch of towers in these early stages clearly was not enough, but it's still decent. I didn't lose many lives. That's fine, but general popping power is usually enough, but obviously as these tracks get harder and the balloon level, or top tier balloon, highest rank balloon, whatever you call that, as it gets more difficult, obviously you're going to need better strategy and better towers, upgrading them better, like, upgrading them at all obviously would be great, but obviously you can't just rely on pure brute force pretty much, because if you just have like 50 dart monkeys, they're not going to do anything to a single lead balloon, and if you don't upgrade them at all, they're not going to do anything to camo balloons. So you kind of need a little bit more strategy than just spamming a bunch of dart monkeys, which I somewhat learned the hard way. I mean, I kind of already knew it, but I didn't actually apply that knowledge for a while when I was playing this in the beta before I started recording it and all that. And it's still in beta, in case any of you are wondering. As far as I know, it should still be in beta. I would probably know if it wasn't, but anyways. So yeah, just dealing with the regrow balloons are especially dangerous on tracks where you group all your towers together, because then, one, if they get past, then, that's it. But if it, yeah, because if it gets past into here, then that is that small little area where they can regrow. But you don't really have to worry too much about that if you've got all your defenses pretty well packed to defend against all types of enemies, all types of balloons, which this really can't defend against all types of balloons yet. So let's see. Oh yeah, I do have red heart rings. That's nice. That was a nice little waste of money, but that's fine. I'm probably gonna beat it pretty soon anyways, because it's on the last wave and all that. 8 of 8. Yeah. I don't know what I'm saying. Alright, Homeward Bound and Awesome Sauce, yeah, and stuff. Alright, so now I'm going to build another mortar because I have enough money. And mortars are always nice. I really only need like 1. I guess 2 would be okay. But I don't really need a lot. Let's see. This track, again, I'm going to stick with the boomerang throwers just because I like the boomerang throwers. And you know what? In this track, I'm going to, at least for the moment, focus just on my boomerang throwers and focus on getting them upgrades, because when they do have enough Pierce, then they can be pretty good. I mean, they obviously are pretty awesome on their own, but instead of building more monkeys, or placing more monkeys to increase general attack rate and popping power and all that, I'm just going to focus more on upgrading these 3 boomerang monkeys and see how well that works. In general, the boomerang throwers as a 2-2 boomerang thrower, not really that great. I mean, compared to its potential of being a glaive ricochet, that's awesome. But especially in this game. But what was I saying? All right, a 2-2 boomerang thrower. For one thing, right now there's no lead, and I'm not using ice towers, so there's no reason to get the right side upgrades. But even as a glaive thrower, they have great pierce, and they have a pretty decent attack rate. But because of the arc, their pierce isn't always useful, but there are a lot of tightly packed streams and clumps of balloons in Bloons Monkey City, so even if they don't have the best path busting, like they don't necessarily stay on the path very well, the balloons generally stay pretty closely packed together, so you don't need to get that complicated, I guess, with trying to hit every single balloon. If that didn't make sense. You do obviously have to hit every single balloon, but do any of you know what I mean? I don't think I explained that very well at all, but yeah. Alright, anyways, moving on. Let's continue on with some dart monkeys, because obviously I upgraded my boomerang throwers pretty much as good as they can get, unless I go buy some more upgrades, which obviously we've already seen I need a lot more money. The 3rd and 4th tier upgrades, as far as the city cash that it requires, they do get pretty expensive. So it does make you have to use a lot more towers and a lot more variety towers, or a lot more of a variety, I guess. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but alright, so let's see, one more track. Yeah, have we been? Oh yeah, it's this track. Yeah, I'll skip this one. Alright, so I'm just gonna do one more level. Hopefully it's not one that I've already played on, so I'll actually show you. Again, I've already played on this level, so I'll just skip this one too. Alright, so more awesomers on that stage, and maybe this will be a new one, or something interesting, or something, and it's the same one! Oh well, I'll just show this one as my final stage, because now I've been recording for a little while, almost 30 minutes, but don't know how much of it's actually going to be in the video, just because I'm cutting out the stages that you've already seen, but I'm just going to do it again anyways, to talk about some stuff. Well, actually here, I was kind of thinking about this while I was going through the other stage that I didn't record, or this one actually, but anyways, what I was thinking about was how you can kind of start to tell a little bit more as we get into these slightly harder, more diverse levels, that the wave distribution is different. It's somewhat random. Not completely random, but it's sort of like a certain amount of evenly spaced blues, and then some really tightly clumped reds, and then more evenly spaced blues, and then a bunch of greens, and then more tightly spread, tightly compressed reds, and like it's all that kind of random. And then when you play the same level, you'll notice that, hey, there's even a different round number. Like, last time I was on the stage, it was 8, I think. 8 or 9, I don't remember now, but I know it wasn't 7. And, like, if you pay really close attention to which balloons in what would be the term, in what distribution they come out, or appear, or whatever, it is different from each round, and like each wave isn't the same, and it's really interesting to think about, but it kind of makes the game a little bit easier, I think, or maybe harder, I'm not sure, but what I mean is that like I'm not necessarily doing the same thing, well, I guess I kind of am doing the same thing every round, but I kind of have to develop a cure-all formula, if that's the right term, or something that just covers all the bases pretty much, and just has a total blanket covering, because I don't know what exactly I'm trying to expect, and it's more about just getting all of that attack power out there rather than specific things, and I don't think I'm making any sense, or I don't think I'm saying what I'm trying to say, but if you follow my Bloons Star Defense 5 videos, the way that I'll remember that, okay, round 24 is camo, and then round 27 is a bunch of long streams, and then round 28 is the first. Oh yeah, I said I was going to talk about Monkey vs. Monkey, but I keep forgetting about that. Someone remind me in the comments if you want me to talk about it. But just the way that in Bloons Tower Defense 5, all the ooh, I need a Wizard Tower, but I get distracted. Let's see. I don't want to place it there, but no. Okay. What am I doing? Upgrade buildings. Let's see. Not the gun training hall. The what's it called? Ordnance and munition support. That's what I'm gonna build here. And I don't think I have enough money for any of the others. So the cryo lab, gun training hall. I should get. Actually, yeah, I should. Yeah, I got the gun training hall. But what I wanted to say right before I'm done with this episode is what am I trying to say? It's different because all the waves are random, so you don't know when exactly the a specific wave is gonna hit. So you kind of have to prepare for anything and just get a specific strategy based on how much money you have and how soon you can place different towers, rather than focus specifically on, okay, at this wave I need to get this thing, and then at that wave I need to get this thing. It's more of just how much money do I have and what can I buy next type of thing. So it's a little bit of a different mindset, and it's kind of weird, and it makes itself more apparent the farther you go on in the game, rather than at the beginning when you really are basically playing the same level over and over again at the very beginning. But just as the game progresses, it gets a little bit more complex because of how random it is, and it makes your strategy become that much more important to not have to follow a certain pattern. That doesn't make sense, or I don't think that makes sense. But anyways, those are my thoughts on the game so far, I guess. At the end of this episode, random like epiphany moment that just didn't make sense to me. But anyways, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.